And a good Tuesday evening. I am Dan Koontz. Once again, Grant Olson is off on this 25th day of January and a busy news day again at the bullpen. A lot of stories to get to and some weather forecasting as well with Eric Granstrom at the sports desk. But we always begin our festivities with a look outside of our weather window, and doing the honors today, our Wenatchee Heights camera. At the very tip of Wenatchee Heights, looking over yet another gray, cloudy, misty day. We just can't seem to shake out of this. We had some sun breaks at this time yesterday. Not the case today. Just another raw, cold, cloudy day. And we're in for that really for the rest of the week. But changes are afoot next week as we say goodbye to January and welcome February. The high pressure ridge that's just off the Pacific coast is going to start breaking down. It's going to move out of alignment. And that means we have a better than 50-50 chance of having cooler than normal temperatures and higher than normal precipitation. So we're talking perhaps a little bit of snow here in the Wenatchee Valley come the early part of next week and into the middle part of next week as we welcome February. Most of the snow will be relegated to the Cascades, but a dusting or two here on the valley floor. Certainly not out of the question. Some of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 22-year-old Quincy man is in legal trouble after a two-car accident last night in Ephrata. The Oroville Fire Department is in hot water with the state auditor's office. And Link Transit has planned some extensive route changes come this summer. But our top story, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office say they have identified a burglary suspect who has eluded capture 3 times on Sunday in 3 different areas of the county, but they haven't made an arrest yet. The Snohomish County man who is allegedly driving a stolen pickup is wanted in a pair of burglaries, the first about 10:30 Sunday morning in Cashmere and the second just before 11 Sunday night in Chelan. Chief Chris Foreman of the Sheriff's Office said he's also wanted for a January 21st incident in Snohomish County. He's described as a white male in his late 20s or early 30s. The Sheriff's Office said the suspect is believed to be armed and dangerous. In the Cashmere burglary in the 6,000 block of Hay Canyon, the man reportedly stole numerous items, including 2 firearms and a mountain bike. Well, the Sheriff's Office said earlier that morning, the man went to another home in the area and is seen on a doorbell video asking the residents if they need help with snow removal. He reportedly drove off in a gold Dodge Ram diesel pickup that was later connected to the burglaries. Now, later that night at the Lookout in Chelan, the suspect reportedly entered a residence and was confronted by the homeowner. A sheriff's deputy reportedly saw the suspect fleeing the scene on a mountain bike that he then loaded into the Ram pickup. But the sheriff's office said when confronted by the deputy, the man fled in the pickup. Well, the sheriff's office said the deputy did not pursue the suspect because a violent crime had not occurred. That's a requirement under Washington's new policing laws. Well, the pickup was later spotted driving southbound on Highway 97A with its headlights off. Spike strips were unsuccessfully deployed near Aniat, but the pickup reportedly ran out of gas about 2 miles north of Wenatchee. And despite sealing off the area and using a drone, deputies were unable to locate the man. Foreman said the suspect fled on foot towards the Columbia River. Well, on Monday, deputies found his tracks going in and out of the river before coming out in the area about where Chamberlain Agriculture is located on the map that you see there. And that's when his trail was lost. The sheriff's office reported finding a loaded 9mm handgun and a pistol holder near the area he last fled. Foreman said family members of the suspect helped identify him from the doorbell video. An alleged drunk driver faces multiple charges after a 2-car accident. This happened last night in Ephrata. 3 people eventually hospitalized. The Washington State Patrol reports that shortly after 10 p.m., 22-year-old Andrew M. Batty was driving a 1997 Honda Civic hatchback westbound on State Route 28 near Martin Road when he attempted to pass a car in a no-passing zone. Then he struck the car when he tried to swerve back into the westbound lane. Well, the hatchback rolled, came to rest on its top. The other car, a 1999 Civic Coupe, came to a stop after striking a rock wall. Batty transported to Columbia Basin Hospital in Ephrata. His passenger, 42-year-old Jennifer M. Reynolds, was transported to Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake. The driver of the Civic, 17-year-old male from Ephrata, was also taken to Columbia Basin Hospital. Batty faces charges of DUI, vehicular assault, and making an illegal pass. And the state auditor's office says it's having a hard time getting a hold of the Oroville Fire Department. By law, all government bodies must submit fiscal reports to the state at the end of each year. But the fire agency, which is formerly known as the Okanagan County Fire Protection District Number 1, didn't do so in 2018, 2019, and 2020. And when the state auditor reached out to ask for the reports, the office said the fire department didn't respond. Now, the auditor's office says the Oroville fire officials have now acknowledged their failure, and they pledged to file the paperwork on time in the coming years. And Link Transit is expanding some of its bus routes and services starting this summer, and they want your input. Highlights coming in July include more frequent buses that serve destinations like Walmart and Central Washington Hospital, express service between Leavenworth and Wenatchee, and new stops in places like the Saddle Rock Trailhead, Icicle Road, and Chelan Falls. Now, you can give your input on the proposed changes at the survey link that you see on your screen. Link promises that this is only the first phase of improvements. Future goals include longer service hours, weekend service on all routes, and routes to new destinations like the Town Toyota Center, Payne-Bohr Memorial Airport, and Lake Wenatchee. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Still to come on this Tuesday, the State Fish and Wildlife Commission has a couple of new members, and they're from our area. A new development in Manson will test a new process of clearing land of lead and arsenic, and a shrinking supply of supplies could limit COVID testing to the general public. Those stories and more coming up. You're watching a Tuesday edition of the Ncwlife Evening News.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
And welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Dan Coons filling in for Grant Olson. Governor Jay Inslee yesterday appointed 3 new members to the Washington State Fish and Wildlife Commission, and 2 of those members are from North Central Washington. John Lemcole is a former U.S. Forest Service research wildlife biologist. He's from Wenatchee. He's going to fill the commission's Eastern Washington post. He's a board member of the Chelan Douglas Land Trust with a Ph.D. in forest science. And Melanie Rowland, who's an environmental attorney from Okanogan County, who previously worked for the National Marine Fisheries Service Office, is going to fill one of the at-large positions. Molly Linville is a Douglas County rancher. She's currently co-chair of the commission. She's going to fill in as full chair of the commission until the board votes on its leadership. Wildlife commissioners are appointed to 6-year terms. A new residential subdivision in Manson is going to be among the first to try out a pilot program for handling orchard residues in the soil. Fruit orchards in the Wenatchee Valley were often treated with lead arsenate insecticide all the way up until the 1940s, and that left, of course, hazardous wastes in the soil. Well, the Cameo residential development is using newly prescribed remediation techniques like soil testing removal and capping to prevent exposure. It's funded by a $225,000 Department of Ecology grant, which paid for about 2,650 cubic yards of clean soil to cap the tainted ground. The remedies for each of the 20 Cameo lots cost about $5,000 in addition to the existing costs of the development. The developer, Talos Construction, is responsible for cleaning up common areas like roads and sidewalks. Well, between high case rates of COVID-19, a flood of testing requests, and a tightening supply of the tools that it uses to test for COVID, The Chelan-Douglas Health District could wind up only offering testing to the most critical infrastructure workers in the two-county area. The district has already cut back on the vaccinations it offers in order to focus on testing. Administrator Luke Davies told the two-county Board of Health on Monday that if push comes to shove, the testing would narrow to crucial workers like healthcare and infrastructure employees so we can maintain the region's basic functions.
If we get more test kits from the Department of Health, we will continue to have mass testing at the vaccination site. But if we don't get more tests coming in from the Department of Health, we will probably shift to testing only essential infrastructure employees, individuals who are necessary for utilities, schools, healthcare, et cetera. And so we're looking at all those contingency plannings with the supply chain issues that we're running into and facing right now. We had to temporarily pause our vaccinations at the 2nd Street location in East Wenatchee to make sure that we could stand up mass testing. We still have some weekend clinics that are ongoing in the Wenatchee and Chelan areas for vaccines. We're also working with long-term care facilities to make sure that they have access to the booster as we move forward. It'd be really great if we didn't have a ton of hospital admissions and we were able to manage this very efficiently. But again, we're preparing for the worst as we go through the next couple of weeks. And so we are expecting Confluence's triage center up at Saddle Rock, as well as our hospitals, to start seeing a lot more patients this week and look at potential surge capacity options for that as we move forward. We've had delays with at-home testing kits. We've ordered about, I think, 30,000 for the first batch. We only received 10,000. We ordered another 40,000. And again, we're only looking to be able to receive about 10,000 this week from the Department of Health. Communication has been very challenging from about supply lines and when they're going to arrive. We've used some of them to help alleviate some of the pressure on our mass testing site, as well as working with Confluence and their triage center. And then we have worked with the local libraries in Chelan-Douglas to get at-home tests as well as masks distributed to the community through the library system. That program will be starting probably tomorrow or the day after as they're getting those coming in. So as we get more home testing kits, we will be funneling a lot of them through the library system where individuals can come by and pick up a test for themselves and or their family members through the library system, as well as some KN95 and N95 masks.
Still to come on the Ncwlife Channel Evening News, our feature story featuring the Wenatchee Downtown Association, Eric Granstrom at the sports desk, and your weather forecast. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it if you only had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties. Mary Maids, let us help.
Welcome back to this Tuesday edition of the Ncwlife Channel Evening News. In an effort to re-energize downtown, the Wenatchee Downtown Association is launching a First Fridays program. It'll begin on February 4th. It's expected to run through the summer. On Monday, I had a chance to sit down with the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, Linda Haglund, who told me about makes First Friday a different kind of an event.
We fully recognize that First Friday's Art Walk started before I got this job almost 11 years ago. Grassroots effort from really dedicated artisans. And First Friday's Art Walk is a going concern, and we don't want to compete with that. This is not overshadowing it. But what we heard loud and clear from our community and our merchants is that could there be something fun? Could there be a First Fridays type of format? So my board, we vision every year, and I have some dedicated people, volunteers on my board that are merchants downtown, and said, let's just launch a First Fridays downtown. So what can you expect? On our website, you're going to see a First Fridays icon that you can click on. And these businesses and restaurants and people doing things like the pack will feed information to us. And then you can go on there and see what's going on. It might be an extended happy hour in a restaurant. It could be a discount at a retailer. We're leaving it up to them. We're not going to go over the top of trying to push and structure everything, but we just think the community would like something fun consistently downtown, and it'll be First Fridays. As we move forward, obviously, as we get into the summer, the opportunities to collaborate with Parks and Rec when they do their summer concert series, we can just spin this off, and we hope it will grow. We're going to start small.
Well, we just can't seem to bust out of this pattern. Boy, we're, talking last Friday, we're looking at, morning clouds and fog, but afternoon sunshine, and it just really hasn't panned out this week. And we'll tell you why and what your forecast is in detail here in just a couple of minutes. Once again, we take a look at our brand new camera location at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights. In fact, that tower that you see there is where our camera used to be. We moved it a couple of weeks ago to a new location for reasons unknown. Let's take a look at the almanac. We just never really warmed up. 35 right around there today. It just took a little while to get there. 19 for the overnight low. We were pretty chilly for the overnight low, cooler than was normally expected. Right about normal for the afternoon high, but the overnight low was cooler than normal. Record high of 56 back in 1992 and 4 degrees for the overnight low set back not too far ago. Now, the rest of the stuff that you see there outside of the sunrise and the sunset hasn't changed. We haven't had any snow or rain or anything like that. But we're about 9 hours and 15 minutes of daylight. We like that. All right, let's take a look at what can you expect for your Wednesday high temperatures. We'll start out with the Columbia Basin. You get to go first, Moses Lake. Not real warm. In fact, very steady temperatures. 30 in Moses Lake, 31 in Ephrata, 30 in Quincy. Ellensburg, not much warmer. In fact, cooler at 27 degrees. Wenatchee at 31. All of these temperatures a few degrees cooler than what we've been seeing the last couple of days. Once again, that strange anomaly, Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee, going to be a little bit warmer because they've had a little more sunshine than we've had here in the Wenatchee Valley. Omak is socked in with the clouds and the fog. They'll be lucky to top off at 32 come Wednesday. So the scenario really is the same. We got high pressure right out there over the Pacific coast. It's just kind of sitting there, but it's going to gradually move around a little bit and eventually break down. Now, as you well know, they've had a lot of dirty air and low clouds and fog in the Puget Sound area, which is kind of an anomaly for them. We're used to it here. Now everybody's dealing with it. So unfortunately, our earlier forecast of morning clouds and fog and afternoon sun is going to give way to just clouds and more clouds and more clouds, and not particularly warm either. This pattern is going to go all the way through Thursday into Friday. We're going to start mixing things up on Saturday. On Saturday, that ridge is really going to start breaking down. And if you remember at the start of the broadcast, we showed you we're going to be in for some active weather as we say goodbye to January and welcome February, especially into the early part of next week. Get ready for the possibility of measurable snow here on the valley floor. Most of the snow will be relegated to the Cascades and the Idaho Panhandle, but some widespread snow all over our viewing area is certainly not out of the realm of possibility, especially by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Outside of that, we're just going to be stuck with this. The only real difference between now and the end of the weekend, maybe a little bit warmer for the afternoon highs, but really not a lot of sunshine is in the forecast. Sorry about that. Hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but we're just stuck with the clouds and the fog. The days are getting a little bit longer. You just can't really see the sun, I'm afraid. And again, it's going to start getting active on Sunday and Monday. That's what we're really keeping an eye on. We have an increasing chance of precipitation once we get to the end of the week and into the early part of the next work week. So Without further ado, let's take a look at what we have for you. Again, only about 30. That's all we're going to get to today. Sorry, folks. 22 for the overnight low. We do it all over again. Cloudy and foggy, not a lot of sun if we get any at all for the valley. Again, some locations are going to see a few sun breaks, just not here in Wenatchee. 32 for the high on Wednesday. We do it again Thursday, and we do it again Friday, and we do it again Saturday with slightly warmer temperatures. Things start getting a little active on Sunday, maybe a raindrop or two on Sunday afternoon, and the chance of measurable precipitation, be it rain or snow, goes up to 40% with warmer temperatures by the time we get to Monday. That's your forecast. Still to come, sports with Eric Granstrom and more. You're watching a Tuesday edition of the Ncwlife Evening News.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
And now it's a sports update on the Ncwlife channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. The Seattle Kraken are back on the ice at Climate Pledge Arena tonight, hosting the Nashville Predators. Nashville is currently third in the Western Division of the NHL with a record of 26-14-3. Now, Seattle remains last in the Pacific Division at 13-24-4, but have won 2 of its past 3 games heading into tonight. Two teams met in Nashville back in October with the Kraken coming out on top 4-3 behind a couple of goals from Brandon Tanev. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock tonight. Now, the game is only available on ESPN+. Now, speaking of Tanev, Seattle's most popular player is out for the season with a knee injury. He met with the media yesterday and said surgery went well.
Our medical team here is doing a great job of getting me back on my feet, and progress is going well, and it's just it's a day-to-day process of getting better and feeling better, and it's nice to be around the guys and lifting spirits here. But the process is going well, and surgery went well, and our team is doing a great job and helped me along the way.
Tanev says now that he's back on his feet, he wants to be involved with the Kraken any way he can, including reaching out in the community.
Doing anything I can in the sense of whether it's going to meet some kids at a youth hockey clinic, or taking virtual sessions, or going to a hospital to see some kids in need that are ill. It's just a general opportunity to connect with people of the city of Seattle, and fans, individuals who have been great to the team and the organization of Seattle so far. And it's just an opportunity for myself to continue to build the brand here in Seattle, the Kraken brand, and whether that's, like I mentioned, spending time at a youth clinic, or taking a virtual call, and season ticket holders, or, spending time at a hospital with those in needs. The opportunity to build the Kraken brand is there, and I'm going to try my best to do that.
The 30-year-old forward from Toronto is also joining the Root Sports Northwest team and will help out with some broadcasts of Kraken hockey.
I'm going to go up there and just try to keep things light. The opportunity comes to go up there and just have some fun. Obviously, it's a different aspect that I'm not used to, and I think it's going to be an opportunity to have some fun and connect with everybody in the broadcast booth. Have some fun, maybe throw some subtle jabs at some teammates along the way, and see how they take it. But no, it's just it's a great opportunity. The team presented, and it's going to be a fun one.
Now, fans are going to have to wait until at least Thursday night when Seattle plays at Pittsburgh, then to see Tanev in the broadcast booth, since tonight's game is only available on ESPN+. Well, the BCHL has finally found dates to make up 3 lost games for the Wenatchee Wild. Wenatchee had 3 games fall along the wayside earlier this month due to COVID, but will make them up in the latter part of March. The Wild will host Penticton on Wednesday, March 23rd at 6 o'clock. They'll also play at Trail on Friday, March 25th at 7:05 and at Cranbrook Saturday, March 26th. That game at 6 o'clock. Well, meanwhile, Wenatchee's preparing to host the V's in town this week at the Town Toyota Center for 3 games. Thursday and Saturday's games start at 6, 7:05 puck drop on Friday. Penticton currently second in the BCHL's interior division at 22-6-0-2. Wenatchee comes into the series in 7th place at 11-12-4-1. The Wild and V's have met twice so far this season, with Penticton coming out on top in both of those. First in overtime on October 9th by a final of 3-2, and then on December 4th by a final of 5-3. It was over the final 2 periods of that game in early December, though, that Wenatchee found its footing, or its skates, if you will. Since then, the Wild have gone 8-2. Wenatchee and Penticton meet Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here in town. Get your tickets online at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Other sports news, Les Schwab men's college basketball scoreboard from last night. Steel Venters scored 21 points to lead 3 players in double figures for Eastern Washington as the Eagles beat Idaho State 89-63. Eastern women weren't as fortunate against Idaho State, falling to the Lumberjacks 69-54. Jacinta Buckley had 17 points to lead the Eagles. On the Les Schwab Prep girls basketball scoreboard from last night, it was Pateras peppering Wilson Creek 56-23. Moses Lake Christian throttled Cascade Christian 65-19. Boys play last night. It was Pateras edging Wilson Creek 57-56. And Tonasket topped Liberty Bell 73-62. Now here's what's on tap tonight. Omax at Cascade, Omax at Cashmere. There you go. Get that right, Eric. Cascade is hosting Royal. Chelan visits Quincy. It's Pateras at Cascade Christian. Manson hosting Tonasket. Lake Roosevelt's at Liberty Bell. Brewster takes on Okanagan, and Oroville travels to Enian. Now, that was the girls. Boys' schedule just about the same, just different start times. Cascade takes on Royal at 7:15, while Omac visits Cashmere, and Chelan travels to Quincy. At 7:30 tonight, it's Tonasket at Manson, Lake Roosevelt at Liberty Bell. Brewster hosts Okanagan, and Oroville travels to Enian. Earlier today, busy day for girls bowling at Eastmont Lanes. Eastmont taking on, it was Eastmont taking on Eisenhower. There you go. Also Wenatchee taking on Davis. Meanwhile, in Moses Lake at Lake Bowl, the Chiefs taking on the Selah Vikings. On the wrestling match tonight, Omax hosting Liberty Bell. Manson's at Oroville starting at 5:30. Eastmont's on the road at West Valley for a makeup match at 6 o'clock. And we're scheduled to have High School Hoops Friday here on the NCW Life Channel. I'll be alongside with Grant Olson as we'll bring you Wenatchee Panthers against the Davis Pirates at Wenatchee High School. It's a Big 9 doubleheader. The girls' game will be live on Facebook at 5:45. The boys' game will start on TV and Facebook at 7:30. Then the girls' game on television Friday night at 10:30 right here on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel. That's a look at sports news. Dan, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. Nice shirt. Quick programming reminder. Tune in tonight at 6 o'clock as the final 10 candidates for the 2022 Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court will be announced. It'll be live right here on the NCW Live Channel. Again, beginning at 6 o'clock tonight. It'll last about 10 or 15 minutes. It'll also be on our Facebook page. And then, of course, all of that leads up to the big Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court Festival pageant, the pageant itself, when we name the Queen and the 2 princesses. That'll be on Saturday, February 19th. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good and safe Tuesday.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life Channel.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.